My name's Lorna Munro. I'm a Radicalising poet, and my mum's also a poet as well as as you may know, she's a fountain of knowledge and a bit of an encyclopedia on the history of this country. We often have many poetic conversations at home and things like that. Been lucky to know people that have inspired some deadly stories, and I like to think that the poetry that we write is very much touching on that ancient storytelling skills that our people have passed on.
Orators, magnificent orators, our people.
So I'm just going to start getting into the poetry, I suppose, and we're just going to have a conversation with our poetry.
What I wanted to start with is a poem that I taught my children at a very young age, when I didn't even dream that I would write poetry myself. It's one of the most famous pieces in the world, and I consider it to be one of the very best pieces of poetry ever written. I think you'll all know it anyway. It's called the Desiderata. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence, as far as possible without surrender. Be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become bitter and vain. For always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesale discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. And whether it is not or not, it is clear to you. No doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labours and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life. Keep peace with your soul. With all its sham and drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy.
Sometimes it just gets hard to breathe. In this world that we are living in, escape to a different mind state that we developed out of defiance and debate. Can you relate? To thoughts clouded and jaded, my dreams of youth were overrated. For you presented a view clear and unfaded. Through a TV screen both loved and hated. I ended up with great white hopes and a little black brain this environment created. Views of my own self even back then was outdated. My best friend, she said, don't you ever change. This is a beast, a monster, a blob of wasted existence. Time to rearrange. The composition this musician was whistling in the soundtrack to our daily misery and misleaded intuition, but there was no superheroes toppling over skyscrapers, changing height like a seesaw. I was quick to draw strength from my own version of law. And this was no playground, court or park, just a place that we would meet after dark and soak up each other's awesomeness. Spending a lifetime wondering where the time went, we were but girls, not quite women yet. Native roses emerging from a crisscross pavement, dying in waves, let these roots take shape. How does beauty seek nourishment in a resting mound graveyard for flowers built up on colonised ideals of what we should look like, mutating in just hours? What the fuck should I be like? Don't nobody try to censor how a lady should talk right. Fuck it. I'm just a product of this soil attempting to act right. Water trying to be oil, cling wrap trying to be foil. Don't swear or you will spoil your pretty words. Poetry's a curse. My father says that in his language, your pen is your spear or your sword that can be used to force opinions, pillaging and plundering on conforming villages. But please, I come in peace. Let these visual images invade your brain and detain it like what was done to our ancestors, our history, and the way that you have stained it, you know, cause we cannot all be vegetative weeds, grass, or stars in this delusional, warped society, controlled, confined reality. My chest caves in on demand. It gets hard to see. A sense of self-worth, hoarded behind a glass window. I cannot breathe.
This is dedicated to one of my heroes. I consider her works my Bible. She's known to white Australia as Kath Walker. We embrace her as the great Udjuru of the New Knuckles. Son of mine, to Dennis. My son, your troubled eyes search mine, puzzled and hurt by colour line. Your black skin soft as velvet shine. What can I tell you, son of mine? I can tell you of heartbreak, hatred blind. I can tell of crimes that shame mankind, of brutal wrong and deeds malign, of rape and murder, son of mine. But I'll tell instead of brave and fine, when lives of black and white entwine, and men in brotherhood combine. This would I tell you, son of mine.
Truth is something every human being on this planet seeks. We see in front cover magazines, but never on the streets, playing deaf, dumb and blind when we depend on him to speak. An ever-elusive escape artist, bullshit artist classes, pump up a chest, prey on the weak, never accountable, always seems to land on his feet, never in public, conveniently always out of reach, but remains too close, offending personal space at times. We go on a spiritual journey around the world just to find that man in that mirror staring back at you behind, that projected reflection is created for you and only you to wear again at certain times. Shatter the illusion of a socially constructed history. I'm at war with myself, can't let truth get the best of me. I defy the very lie, try to memorise my own rhymes, but sometimes, I forget. As I try to write my own destiny. Power to the people, grievously misunderstood. My people have the power birthing false statehood. Top-down hierarchy, preaching deliciously democratic decay. Road of good intentions paved with sugar tea and flour following the good old US of A. Community engagement, political politeness, diplomatic oath. We swallow this verbal vomit that we know it pains the throat. A sweetener would help the medicine go down, said the man in the sterile white coat, but no prescription could be found for eugenics. Label reads assimilation or laxative. Take a double dose and wash it down, dumb down, truly relaxative. Water's polluted, simple persuasion, cohesion, compliance or a con, conviction. We take 2 steps back, 1 forward, but where the fuck from? White Australia has a black foundation of stolen land you're standing on. Repeatedly offending intelligence, apologies made, official statements retracted, saying sorry but not really showing remorse for the way that they acted. Keep marching on the same path, our next generation shall not be detracted, then we will have our own justice at last. Do you really believe the enemy will ever provide sanctuary, living under a stolen wealth government and a displaced mentality? Fossil fuels burn to feed the power-hungry, confederated people machine. Mass media controls the message and we believe in the obscene. Blinded by our own brilliance, unbelievable atrocities always heard of but never seen.
To peace and freedom, and this is also dedicated to our great hero Pemawoi of the Bidjigal people. To peace and freedom. Knowledge brings many things, with wisdom the ever-elusive dream of the seeker of knowledge. It is wise to admit wrongs. It is honest and truthful and takes strength to demonstrate. Our first concern will always be our children and that their lives will be infinitely better than ours. Our second is always to look to the old people for their guidance, love and compassion. In times of struggle, we have been rich, sharing nothing but our company and our concern. Taught from childhood to laugh in the face of adversity, because all it was doing was laughing at you. Learn to appreciate the beauty of freedom, to strive for its goal, to respect elders, respect others, and respect yourself. The dream of equality, like knowledge and wisdom, are close. How to grasp on and never let go is the challenge we face. If you let us, we will teach you all that we know. The choice is yours, the way is ours, our dreaming, our fate. To forge a lasting peace, wisdom to admit wrongs is the first commitment to make. Embrace difference as equal, not inferior. The law of the land must return to the law of this land. To walk in our shoes is to know oppression, racism and hate from the cradle to the grave. Is restitution one generation living the same fate? Is one generation of poverty enough to learn your folly? Of 200 years of lies, claiming land that was never yours? Begin at the beginning, start with the truth. Build the foundation on Walpuri, Wadi Wadi, Wiradjuri, Waka Waka and Wick. Make Vincent the hero, all should read and know. Let the black saint of Redfern, Mum Shirl, bless you each day as you go. Citizenship ceremonies that teach of Jack Patton, William Cooper and William Ferguson. A university course on Billy Davo, Black Power, a compulsory pass required to know. Make Pemulwuy proud, bring him home a national hero. Bury him beside Talbaguli on Bidjigal shores. On that spot build a monument worthy of the defender of this place. Somewhere near Ryde, the place where he died, make the law of the land today's law for Pemulwuy's stand. Our treaty of peace we can all sign up for. Let the politicians shake, quiver and quake. For their monopoly of power we are about to break. Their litany of lies silenced forever, because we no longer wish to be governed by liars, cheats and frauds. Instead, a treaty for a lasting peace with the first peoples of this place. Oh, what a dream of a country to make, based on tolerance and equality, not hate. Bring the warrior home, no more denial. Give him the honour he truly deserves. The first general of the First Army. Rewrite the history with a truer hand than before. Then watch the growth in the children to gauge its reward, so that we can all live in peace, at peace with each other. And then, only then, together, we can all go forward.
You want to do one more? I'll do one more, you do one more.
Okay, we finish. Okay.
Wrap it up.
I'll wrap it up. Okay. I got a good one. This is probably my latest. Digress. I was going to go the Terror Australis route to 2000, but we'll come to the present. The white man's black leader. I wrote this in April. Something happened in April. Something bad for us.
It's been one thing after another.
The
this
white
year.
man's black leader. Oh yeah, we have so many Groundhog Days. You fawn, you lick, you procrastinate. The white you admire, seek to replicate. The black in you, you denounce, you hate. Self-loathing is how they indoctrinate. Minds like yours, for you they lay in wait. The conservative, the white man's black. You want to be them, all career and ambition. The sad thing for you is you never listen to your own people, your own heartbeat, your pulse. It's telling you what you already know and feel. You sow your seed in the wrong garden. Your water falls on sterile, cursed ground. Here you grow the lies of the white man's minds. No truth from the elders with wisdom through law to teach you what you were sent here for. Not to be the white man's pawn on a sinecure and turn away while they continue their slaughter. Black men, black brothers, black mothers, black babies. Doomed lives laid down on this cruel and fictitious altar.
Thank you.
Thank you.